Hey guys, Lucas here from Victor Surplus, and welcome to my garage. Today we're going to go over one of our favorite items, and one of our best sellers to be honest, and is the HSGI Bungee Kit. And I got one right here to show you. We're going to go through some uses, what it does, how you can use it, and just why these are a great little accessory to get for your kit, just to have around, laying around for additional uses later on. So let's take a look at them, see what you can do with them, and why you should have these on your kit. Alright, so what this is, it's nothing too crazy, but what you can do with it is kind of crazy. So it's just some shock cord. I think these are like 12-inch links, and they come in a 6-pack, and they each come with a little like handle. I don't know what to call these, and that way you can weave it in and out, and you can tie these onto your kit. HSGI really sells these for adding onto their taco pouches. So if you look at a taco pouch, it has spots to add bungee retention on there. So you can have not only the taco like retention where it is, but on top that additional retention. But that's what they intend for. But there's a ton of great uses. We're gonna go through 3 of those today, just to look at what you can do. We're gonna start from the most basic, kind of getting a little wild, and then get to something really cool. So let's start with the first, most basic. So let's say a triple mag pouch, especially if you have like a standard issue triple mag pouch, and you want to put P-mags in it, or you want it to be an open top configuration, less so than having to use the flaps or the button snaps. So as it is, I can shove P-mags in there. It's not going to hold it super well necessarily, and they're going to fall out. So what I can do, I can take HSGI Bungee Kit, and I can now have shock cord retention on top of it. It's pretty easy. You just weave it in there, and you weave it on the back, tie it off, get your pull tab, and you're good to go. And now you have good shock cord retention on the top of your magazine. Keep it in there. It's real easy upgrade. And you can take your old crusty kind of mag pouch you still want to have around, you don't want to throw away, and replace it. And for a 6-pack, these come in 6-packs, so you can do 2 whole triple mag pouches. You can do 3, have a couple laying around, and be really good to go. And you can do this to all your pouches if you really want to. So it's just a good way to add the additional retention or change up retention on a triple mag pouch, especially the USGI ones, because they're made just for the Stanags, not so much P-mags. So yeah, so got another one real quick. So this is a way to upgrade your standard double mag pouch. This is the Eagle Industries double mag pouch. But to take it from, a lot of guys like to rock, your double mags with the open top, where it's just the elastic retention really holding on to it, and then just the overall pouch itself kind of holding onto the magazines. Doing it this way adds shock cord on top, which adds another level of retention. So this isn't, I didn't tighten this all the way down, but they're not gonna come out now. That's for sure. So if you want to change up how your mag pouches are holding your magazines, or if you have something really big and bulky that fits in a mag pouch, like a smoke grenade, you can use this to help hold that smoke grenade in there a little better than the flap would. Because your standard double mag pouch isn't going to fit a lot of those things really well with the flap. They're either too long, too high, a little bit too fat, whatever it be. This gives you the ability to hold them a little differently and still have retention. So, again, get it out of the way and then put it right back on top. Obviously a little more tight, it's going to hold that single in there really well. So you can change up your standard issue double mag pouches, all your old double mags that are laying around, and now you can have a different way to hold them in there and still use this pouch to give it new life. Alright, the last thing we can go over is a pretty cool way to just upgrade 2 pouches. This one right here is the Eagle Industries 2x2, so this is connected. If you had 2 next to it on your kit, this is a good way to do it too. But pretty much every pouch, especially if it's military grade, it's going to have drainage grommets. And if you see a lot of times nowadays, a big thing is to have a tourniquet hanging off like a fanny pack, something like that, on the bottom of your kit. You can do the same thing as long as you have 2 pouches side by side about the same size. So these 2 magazine pouches like this, just routed it through, drainage grommets, tied a knot on top, and now I have a way to hold a elastic retention for a tourniquet. You can do other stowage stuff like that as well. You can do, if you have like a face mask, something like that, or whatever tape, whatever it is, rope, you can hold on to it real well right here. On a plate carrier, it might not be the most best way to do it, but you have a split rig, you have an FLC, you have something like that on your backpack. It's a good way to add the retention. So it's a really easy way to upgrade it, and it's a little more wild, I think. Something I thought of just the other day, and I was like, wow, why didn't I think of this earlier? It's a good way to just add a little bit of retention and add on to this pouch, that you wouldn't normally do. Other things you can do is you can weave into the MOLLE, just straight MOLLE with your bungee kits. And if you do that, it's just super easy. You can just weave in the MOLLE and then cross them. All you gotta do is cross them. You can use the pull tabs, whatever need be. If you don't have a pull tab, just cross it. If you have a pull tab, it gives you that retention right there. And just tie it off. And now you got a lightweight bulk storage point for, you know, pretty much anything. So if I had, let's say, I need to carry, I don't know, a knife on there on the front for whatever reason, or something like that, something, you know, kind of skinny but long, boom, it's just right there. So that gives you a way to attach and secure, for the most part, something just random to your kit, and get it on there, and then, you know, it's low profile. Once you pull it out, it's just laying there. All the excess you can trim and then burn it, so it's not going to fray. You don't have a lot of dingle dangles. So yeah, it's a pretty cool way to upgrade your kit. I really love these. I'm glad we have them. It's definitely a favorite of ours to sell because it's just, what you can do with them is just nuts. So yeah, we'll take a little closer look at each one, go over a little bit, talk through on how it looks and how you kind of weave it. All right, so just how to do it on the triple mag pouch, really easy. So we took the MOLLE webbing up front. That's a critical thing. If you don't have MOLLE webbing on front, you can't really do this quite as well. We'll go right through there, pull it up, over, and then on these ones it's a little different because normally you'd see like a sew point right here splitting this MOLLE webbing. On this one didn't have it. So you can just tie it through. Once it's mounted to your kit, it's gonna flush out pretty good. You're not gonna have to worry about too much. Cut these little loose ends if you need to once you got it tightened down. You can also just put it through the MOLLE strap because once this is on your kit, you know it's not really gonna come off. So you don't have to worry about too much, or you just leave it around there, have the loose end, and then cut that, burn it. So right there, you know, tie that down for how much retention you want on the magazine, and you're good to go. Easy way to upgrade triple mag pouch or any kind of open top mag pouch. On your standard double mag, so right here, when you got that hook and loop surface, it's, you know, empty right there. You can just weave through, weave it around, up over, get your pull tab, and the same kind of thing. So normally you'd have a sewn bit, so you can kind of separate this. These didn't have it, but right around the MOLLE strap, that's not going to prevent you from mounting this to any surface, anything like that. So good to go there. Good retention. Trim the excess once you got it tightened down to, you know, your desired retention right there. If you don't want to cut it down, understandable. This excess isn't going to really do anything once you mount it. Now for the tourniquet retention, a little bit different. So what I did is I tied off one of the pieces, or each piece, kind of to my desired retention amount. I just put a loop through it as such, and then I went in the empty pocket. I was able to kind of pick it up, push through the drainage grommet, and now with that hole, it's not going to go out any further with that knot. And then you could even put a knot on the bottom end once it's out, and you know, it's really not going to go anywhere. So now you got a tourniquet, adjust that retention as needed, and you're good to go. And then obviously once it's out of there, and you have magazines in there, this ain't going nowhere. You put an extra knot right there, definitely not going anywhere. But now you have just good, like, you know, just an elastic lash point for all sorts of random stuff. You know, if you don't want to put a tourniquet out there, I understand a lot of people are kind of hesitant on that because it exposes to the elements. You know, you could definitely just do a lot of different stuff. You could put, you have camo netting you're carrying around, light stuff that just needs to roll up, shove it in there, it's not going to go anywhere. So yeah, real easy way is just upgrade your standard equipment with a 6-pack of HSGI bungees. You know, right now they're like only like $8.99, so you're not losing out. So hey guys, hope you enjoyed this video. It's definitely a pretty cool addition to any kit. We've got a ton of uses. I've got dozens and dozens of like just this laying around the house and in my bins of nonsense for just tons of uses. And you can always find a new use for it and always just, you know, build up your kit a little bit differently with these. So yeah, make sure you head on vintagestrippers.com, pick one of these up, let us know what you did with it, you know, how it turned out.